All right, Del Mar, math students, 9th through 12th. And really, to be quite honest with you, I think this is for all of Del Mar, as I would hope to incorporate the theory of teaching or the theory of math that I really feel so strong about. So we started off the school year with what is math, and we answered that. We said it's a quantitative language. So today I have 13 slides and a little more because I think I want to add to what the slides say and give you the fullness of what I believe. But starting out, let's look specifically at the primary idea, and that is the quantitative language of mathematics. Got some hashtags there. As you see, we got math theory, math teaching in 2020. It's been a challenging year, and I think what better way to start the rest of the school year and the year with a new perception, a new idea related to math. I think that you'll find this to be useful and valuable moving forward. So again, my name is Evan Gregory. I do own the website, thelanguageofmathematics.org, although it's not active. And we'll see in the future how long we get it active. But for me, this is a passion. It's a big part of my personal journey. So we've talked about it, qualitative and quantitative. All right. So if we're talking about the grass, or we're talking about someone's car, or if we're talking about someone's laugh, or if we're talking about someone's money, finances, everything that exists in the world, every object, item, person, place, or thing, I guess nouns, these things, they have quality and they have quantity. And in order to understand them in the fullness, we need to understand their quality and their quantity. And we need to be able to communicate about them. So just to review, these are the actual words that led me on this journey to create curriculum. Qualitative, relating to measuring or measured by the quality of something rather than its quality. So if I was going to compare, and this is important to understand these two distinct ideas. They're also similar ideas, but they're distinct and independent of each other. So the ocean is blue, deep, translucent, occupied, moving, wet, energetic, varying. These would be qualitative values that personally I think about the ocean. And there's more, and you could give me more as well. In fact, I think as I sit here, we're going to add to this. I want you as my students to tell me more about the ocean in quality and quantity. And you'll see in the Google Classroom, we'll have a discussion about this very topic. Moving on, the ocean is 3.48% to 3.9% salinity. What's the ocean like in Ozara? The total ocean is 319.6 million cubic miles. That's large. It's 35,840 feet deep, but how deep is it in Ozara? Or how deep is it in South America versus North America? The quantitative aspect. And the ocean is -2 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius on its surface. This quantitative aspect of items or things around us, it's very important that we can communicate and understand those things. So again, qualitative versus quantitative. All right, so this is the foundation that led me to the idea of math as a language. So the levels of learning mathematics. Now, in English, you'd have the levels of learning English or the English language. And so these levels are not something that I made up, but I've created words that are more I guess, better in the qualities of math, meaning, all right, so the levels, symbolic level, that's level 1. The structure level, that's level 2. Order is 3. Interpretation, application, and modification. You might be asking, what does that mean? Well, that's what I'm here to do, is to explain to you exactly what I mean. So, math as a language, quantitative language, and we're going to get to that more and more. If we look, and this is a learning technique, we're going to compare math to English, okay? And we're going to say English is a language, linguistics would be the study of language, and it's a qualitative language, all right? So if I look at English, the very first level of English is the alphabet, is learning the alphabet, A to Z, 26 elements. When you're a kid, the first thing you do when you learn how to speak English is learn the alphabet. Some point your parents start to, or whoever, your siblings maybe might be teaching you, but you're learning A, B, C, D, E, F, G, the songs that we might sing to remember them. But the very first level is learning the alphabet and identifying it, knowing the difference between A and B, or like B and D, which look very similar. In math, we have the same level, and that's the digits. So often we think about math too fast. We think about numbers as that foundation, but in theory, there's 10 digits, 0 through 9, okay, or 10 elements. All right, next, structure. And please stay with me here. Let's look at what happens when we know the alphabet. We then take the alphabet and we put the alphabet in an arranged order, okay? Structured order. All right, like the word dog consists of D-O-G. And we can change that. We can change it to G-O-D and spell God. Same letters, different order, different meaning. What about numbers? Is there any difference? Take the digits and arrange them. How about 1 and 4? How about 1.4? How about 4.1? How about 1/4? You see, when we take the digits, the symbolic form of math, and we recreate it into different forms, the structure, we create numbers. As a math student, you need to know all the numbers that exist. And as we see, we're going to get farther into this idea, we'll look deeper into the idea of numbers and what that really means. The third level of language is order. All right, what do I mean? Well, if I read the sentence, Tom read the novel, his friend saw the movie. Wow. Okay, so there's 2 different sentences. Wow is a sentence, and Tom read the novel and his friend saw the movie. That's another sentence. Likewise, in math, one thing I fully agree with is that books often talk about number sentences. That's where we first begin to look at 5 + 2 = 7. And then I want you to think about this. I could say, Tom read the novel, or the novel was read by Tom. I just changed the order of the English following a set rules. I can't say, Tom, the novel read. Doesn't make sense, okay? So in the same sense, we say 5 + 2 = 7, or 2 + 5 = 7. I can change that order. In fact, that's the commutative property of addition. But the order itself, the order of the sentences, the order of operations, this is where we find ourselves understanding the order of the language.